Today we're going to be learning about place value, and I've got my little place value chart from your notebook. This place value chart goes all the way from the trillions down to the ones for the whole numbers, and then you've got your and symbol. This is where your decimal goes, so I just want you to put that this is your decimal, because when we read numbers, we read the decimal point as and then after the decimal, it's like kind of like a mirror. We've got, besides the ones place, we've got the tens and the tenths. We've got the hundreds and the hundredths, the thousands and the thousandths. You just add a THS to the end, and that's how you get your decimal name. So tenths, hundreds, thousandths, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and so on all the way through. So this is what we're going to reference as we try and find place value today on our number sheet. Here's our sheet, and we can see that we've got thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, and there's our decimal point. That's our and. So we would read this number as 4,396, and then we would read the number after the decimal point, 4,278. We would come to the furthest place value, which is the tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. So we would read this as 4,278 10,000s. But what they want to know is what the underlined place value is. So in the underlined place value, I've got tenths after the decimal point and then hundredths. So I'm just going to open this up and write hundredths for that place value. The next number, let's see, the furthest place value we've got is tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, it looks like. So we would read this as 78 and, there's my decimal point, 47,235 10,000, or 100,000s, I'm sorry. Tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000. So 47,235 100,000s. The 3, if we go from our decimal point, from our and symbol, and we count tenths, hundreds, thousands, this is our 10,000s place. The 3 is in the 10,000s place. So when I open this up, I'm going to write 10,000s place. I'm going to give you a second to copy that. The next one, we've got 6 and 7,233 10,000s. The 7 is right after the decimal point, so it is in the tenths place. So I'm just going to write here, tenths for tenths place. So at this point, I hope you're understanding that place value not only helps us read decimals, but it's also just important for us to know different place values within the decimal. So our big lesson is understanding where the place value, what numbers are in what place value. But kind of a smaller lesson is making sure that we can read decimal numbers correctly. And the way that we do that is by knowing their place value. So I'm going to do a couple more with you before we jump and let you try a couple on your own. So this next one I'm looking at, after the decimal point, I have tenths, hundreds, thousandths, 10,000s, 100,000s. So when I read my number, I'll read it as 100,000s. I've got 542 and, that's my decimal point. I'm going to read this number after the decimal, 97,746 100,000s. And the 6 is in the 100,000s place. It's in the very last one, so in my little foldable, I'm going to write 100,000s. The next one is 7 and 584 thousandths. The 4 is in the furthest place value. Again, we've got tenths, hundreds, thousandths. And so that is in the thousandths place value. And I would just remind you to make sure that you put the THS at the end so that we understand it's not the thousands place, but the thousandths place. We'll do one more before I let you jump to try some on your own. This one is, okay, after the decimal, I'm going to kind of think to myself here. We've got tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000. So we're at the 100,000ths place there. We've got 91 and 12,358 100,000ths. The 1 is what's underlined. It's right before the decimal point, and that 1 is in the ones place. That should be a review. That shouldn't be something new. The number in front of the decimal point is in the ones place. So hopefully you knew that already. What I'd like you to do now is try these last 4 on your own. Try reading them and coming up with what is their place value of the underlined number and write it in, and then use the video next to check your answer.